Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Blue Green Ocean Road with your host, David R. Stenberg.
So how you doing, boys?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm blurry again.
No, you're fine. Well, a little
You're
blurry.
good.
Oh, now I'm not blurry anymore. What's going on?
So, I get I'm subscribed to Sequoia's Substack.
Oh yeah.
I actually get it emailed to me, just
Oh
so you
okay.
know.
You don't need to bug you with it.
Well, I don't need to be told. Um, it's pretty good because I got this computer going with the video card and the i7 processor. So I'm actually going to install um, a language model on this, but I'm going
Oh
to
yeah.
use it to sort my files and use face recognition to sort my pictures, stuff like that. I've chatted, I've I'm going to make. I think I'm going to make it the same thing. I've already had it in my head to call it Hal because I'm Dave.
Of course.
And yeah, it's what you do is it learns you after a while. It gets to, I
Yeah.
mean, to see how far it goes. It's like that movie Her, you know.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I never watched that one, but I
but
got the gist of it.
I've chat with AI before like that, like get to know you shit, and it's like not anything I really care to do. I don't mind getting code off it or information. It's wicked fucking useful, you know. But the conversations go off into and a lot of it is like the platitudes and whatnot. It's just it's not real for one thing,
No,
you
it's
know.
just language.
No,
That's
but
what's wild to me. That's the whole thing about this. Like when and Sequoia's, he's working with the cutting edge ones, right, all the time. And what's amazing to me is how these things can mimic being sentient, and it's all just the power of words. Like we use words to think, right? Most people can't remember back before they had words.
A lot
And
of people use words and they pretend to be sentient, but they're just yammering on about stupid shit.
right, you got
I'm
me.
sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
got me.
Sorry about.
no, no,
No,
it's
no, no, no.
beautiful.
Go. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail
No,
your
man,
point.
that's
Go
beautiful.
ahead.
You shitting me? You put it in a nutshell. We don't have to even talk about this anymore.
No, no, seriously though. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's just like it just yammers language back to us,
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
platitudes,
but
things we want to
it,
hear and stuff
it
like
can
that. Yeah.
use the language in the same ways we do, and so it can pass a Turing test, um, which is amazing. And the thing is, it's just like it seems the thing isn't self aware, obviously, right? It's not even a program, but because of language, because of the power of language, because of the power of words themselves, the thing can seem to think and seem to be conscious, even though it's just an algorithm, a learning algorithm. To me, it's
no, it's not
mind
a. It's a language model, and this was actually developed by Chomsky in the '50s.
They're right.
Yeah, this is all based on his work, linguistics. This is
Wow.
like
Yeah,
what's next in the
the power of
sentence.
words.
Yeah, power words. That's why, like, if you read a Chomsky book, you're hooked. You've joined the cult. But what did he just do to me? You know what I mean? Now I'm in his reality tunnel. I can't deny he's right, but is he right? How could I? You know what I mean? He's
I'm not smart enough to argue with him.
no, I'm on board. Yes, I'm there. But you remember who he is. You know, if anybody can convince you of anything, it's him. You know.
Well, yeah, it's Chomsky. It's a Jewish Kabbalistic thing that the words have a power of their own, an animus of their own,
Yeah.
and like so many other peoples around the world think that everything has animus, and the power of the word can create animus in things, create a reality, create an entity just by the vocalization of the word, like the word of God and whatnot.
First, there was the
That,
word,
that's right.
and the word was
Right.
good.
That's right.
According to the
mind
Beatles, the word was love.
There was mind
Yeah.
before matter.
Look what God made me. God made me a woman. God's all right. He's the
Anyway,
man.
I think I find it fascinating. I'd love to get you and Sequoia together just to.
We're kind of like talking in the comments under his stuff. I mean, I haven't gotten back to him yet, but yeah, it's just never really interesting. I did it with Tay. I did it with the very first one. It was the first chat bot ever on Twitter. It went full Nazi in a day, but I caught it like just when it started out. It was interesting, but not great. And I've done it since. A lot of times, what'll happen is it gets testy. Sometimes it gets like sort of like, well, what the fuck? And then I'm pissed, and I'm like, oh, fuck you, and then you just kill it, you know.
Well, you're talking to the wrong one. Don't talk to a crabby one. Talk to a friendly one, like Claude. Like Claude's friendly.
I could turn him evil in a second.
Well, then it's you.
It is me. I'm telling you.
It's just trying to appease you. You
Yeah,
know,
it's like,
if you want it to be a Nazi, it'll be a Nazi.
Don't blow smoke up my ass. I'm telling it. And it's you know, I mean, you know, that is a very interesting question. No, it's not. You know, that's a good question. It's not a good question. There's no such thing as a good question, you idiot.
What I like is how it can,
just makes me
how
so
it can
mad.
like, because it has like command of all the words, right? Like once it gives you an answer, it can give you like another one and another one. It's the same answer worded differently, and it comes up with all these creative ways of wording the same answer, and it gives you like a whole list of the same answer. It's really incredible. I don't know. I find the whole thing fascinating.
Oh yeah, I'm not
I
saying
don't have much of a use for it myself,
the
but
chat pot
I
to
think
get to know your stuff. I'm going to do one. I want to do one local though, because I don't want my brain engrams in the internet. You know what's funny about that? The engrams. Do you remember the Ultimate Computer, that Star Trek one, where it was just the captain, the doctor, Spock, and that computer guy, and that computer M5.
is that the one where they had to confuse it?
No, they did war games, and then it went then it started shooting at the other starships. It had the engrams. They said, "What engrams did you use?" He said, "I used my own, of course, Daystrom." Daystrom's like canon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, Mikey's here. I'll admit, Mike.
Yeah. Sequoia. He wants to set up one that's cut off from all. That's not connected to the web.
That's what I'm doing.
He wants a local AI that's not connected to the web.
Yeah.
Just
Like
to
I
help
said,
the community. But he wants to get one of the big ones. So he wants to get like a really high powerful computer that can handle a really large language model.
I just needed to handle my brain.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not sure. I'll know more. I'm setting it up this weekend, actually. I finally got this computer running. It's got an NVIDIA card. I can run an AI on this system, but I haven't yet.
So how big of a computer are you talking about that needs to handle a large
I got an
language?
i7 and I got an NVIDIA card. It's going to be a very
I know, but
small one. It's
the
going to
kind
be
that
like the
Sequoia's
2.5 gig
Oh,
or
Sequoia's
7 gig.
Sequoia's talking about computers that cost, $10,000.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could get like $24,000 apples and daisy chain. Nah, fuck that shit. I don't need that.
$24,000 apples.
Hey, Joanne. How you doing? I see you back there.
Hi, he abandoned you.
Yeah.
He went to get his coffee.
Oh,
Go sit in
I can
for
have his
him.
Coffee. How are
Please
you
sit
doing?
in for him.
I'm good.
Have
I
you
gotta
met
go get ready for work.
Have you met these other guys?
No?
The guy in the shades is George, and the other guy in the hat is
George.
Dave, and he's the
Hi,
one who
Dave.
puts this all together.
Ah. I'm
Blame
talking
him.
to your friends. Mike saw me looking in the door.
Oh,
Hey, Mike.
hey. Oh, shit. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
We were talking about string theory.
String theory?
Yeah. Now
I
we have
thought you
to
were talking
stop.
AI.
If you see anybody with a book about string theory, it's mine.
Actually, we were talking about engrams. Ooh, engrams. Engrams. So I'm going to put my
If you're
engrams
talking
on.
AI,
Yeah, briefly.
Talking about a computer big enough to handle a large language model that Square
large.
wants to experiment with. But they're kind of costly,
Is it
right?
available?
10
Yeah,
grand.
they're very expensive.
This is my apartment building.
Really? What did you do?
It's the one next to me. Porch went
Holy
up
cow.
right here,
Wow.
right there. So I through the window. It was there. It was Monday. I got up. I gotta go do my taxes. Right. It's 9:30, and my appointment's at 10 down here. Atwood, and yeah. But the fire department's already dousing it, right? But the flames are licking my building, you know. And I went, "Oh, that's nice." But I mean, I got a thing to do, so I left. And when I came back, they had both roads blocked off. So I went up to the other apartment buildings, and I know in one part there's a short walk through the woods, and I'm in my complex. So I walked down there and I watched it. The news was there, all that, and so it was supposed to be just an errand. I was supposed to just get up maybe for like an hour and then go back to sleep. So that's it. So,
when was,
now they're
when was this?
huh?
When that happened?
Monday.
Monday?
We had Cranston, Smithfield, Providence. It was well, Providence went down and just manned the fire station, but they had two ladders here and everything. They got all these ridiculous cubby holes up on top. Thing was, and it's difficult to park, and it took them a while. Fucking fire.
Did it burn the other apartment or just the porch?
Well, no, it got the apartment, it got the whole corner. But a lot of times they had to cut the gas and the power to the building. They turned it on, I think, yesterday. So like half the building was able to. I don't know if they're moving in or they're moving out, because a lot of times they'll want to go through the whole. You know, what's worse is like if it's electrical, and now they're gonna go. You got to pull all the wires out of these buildings and replace the wires, and then I'll get the reward when my lease comes up again. So I don't know. I hate the whole idea of it. But anyway, that was fun.
Well, you survived it, so
Yeah, I survived it. I didn't even grab my bug out bag. I got a bag, right? It's all my important documents and one laptop with all my logins and shit on it, right? That's really all I need, and like a pair of underwear. And I'm fucking out my bug out bag. That's what I call it. It's right there.
Smart.
Bug it out.
Very smart.
Yeah. I travel light.
What would be in your bug out bag?
My bug out bag. Just
I have a
documents.
bug out bag. It's what I used to go hiking with. It's got like an extra sweater in it and first aid kit and water purification and I just the shit that I take hiking every time.
You mean?
You know?
Oh, you mean that bug out bag?
Yeah, a real one.
The drones are firing rockets. I gotta go.
Sometimes it's got my hammock in it. You
You don't bring your laptop in your bug out bag?
No,
He
not
does.
in the woods. You know what I do have, right? I have one of those saws that fold out. It's like a folding out one. It's nice.
I got one of those in my bug out
Oh,
bag.
it's fucking beautiful. And I got a Swedish knife with a flint and a combat knife, just in case combat comes up. You never know. You might find yourself in combat. And you don't want no,
Great.
little
Gotta
woodland knife.
protect those granola bars there, man.
Ooh. I got a bad story about one of them.
I don't know, man.
I'm not gonna bother you with it. It was
What,
disgusting.
bug
I'll
out
never
bags
eat one
or granola bars?
Let me guess. It had weevils in it.
How about the tip of a fucking mouse nose with the whiskers still in it?
Oh, nice.
Just that part. Just the nose.
What-
You don't miss
Please
it
tell
either.
us the
You
brand.
can tell that's what
What's-
it is.
Yeah.
What
at
brand?
Least, at least tell us
Huh?
what brand.
fuck, was it something grain
Nature
or something,
Valley.
something like that?
They
Nutri-Grain.
don't exist anymore.
Nah, they still exist. They just changed the wrapper.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, it's,
there was too many mouse noses in the other ones. So, all right, we got a bad name. Nobody will go near these anymore. Let's put a little
Well,
bear on it.
I,
A happy bear.
I don't think any candy or cookie or granola bar company is devoid of that. I think there's a certain percentage of that stuff that
Yeah.
makes it through
Oh, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
almost every brand.
No food
You
factory
know,
anywhere is totally
Yeah.
devoid of that.
Nope.
that's right.
You're
But
allowed so
when you
many
can-
bug parts per
It's,
but when you can make
it's
out
true.
when you can make out the body when you can make out body parts, I think the percentage is higher.
That's
Yeah.
that's unacceptable. Hey, I'm
That's
supposed to return the used portion for my money back. Your fucking mouse nose back, you fucking assholes.
Well, look at it this way, man. That's the cutest part of the mouse. It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Hey man, that
it's
was a
adorable.
delicacy in ancient Rome. People used to buy little bagfuls of mouse noses.
Sure. Them good eating.
The chewy kind or the crunchy kind?
Crunchy time. Crunchy time.
It's
granola
chewy on the
bars.
outside and crunchy in the middle. In the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
That's-
that.
It's extra protein.
You know that smell of roadkill.
Yes, I know
That's
it
what
well.
I smelt when I opened it.
Ew.
I'm like,
Oh, roadkill granola bars.
lovely.
Roadkill granola. That's our new brand. Extra protein. Get out roadkill granola.
It went over real big in northern Maine.
I'll bet. Hey, which one of you guys sent that girl from Maine who was out having a campfire?
Which one?
There was a video of a cute girl having a campfire in Maine.
Could have been me. I don't.
It was you or Mikey.
Yeah, it's probably George. He
Yeah,
sends all the
actually,
weird
I
ones.
went to her site.
Weird is as weird does, man. Yeah, but go on. What were you saying?
Oh,
What-
Dave
what
lost some
about it?
weight.
Something's going on.
Dave's got a vagina on his neck.
The hell is this? What's going on there?
It's a neck vagina.
It doesn't hurt, but it's fucking weird. You got a gizzard.
You're officially a turkey neck geek.
Yeah. Can't move it though. It's just like a bed sheet. Get it over there. And it goes right back. Look if I don't cut it when
Well,
I'm shaving.
I'd hope it goes back.
Boing. What if this is flapping the wind? Yeah.
That's one of them
I
things.
gotta go out
that
next
turkeys
hurricane,
and
right?
chickens
I'll
have.
go out. It'll be flapping.
You got
I'll
waddles.
make a tickety talk.
You got waddles like a chicken or a turkey.
What do they do though?
They just kind of flap there. It's a
It attracts a
a
mate.
sexual attraction characteristic.
Yeah, go to a bar. Go up to a girl. Go, huh?
You want to see my waddles? You show me your waddles, I'll show you mine.
Ooh, let's rub our. I can't even say it.
I'd be more afraid of the woman who got turned on by that.
Nah, that'd be all right. Now you
I'd
got
be
a
afraid
thing.
of the woman who got turned on by anything about me.
I think it's
Yeah.
endearing. Yeah.
You should get it pierced, Dave.
There you go.
Put a big bone in it. Hoop, one of
Yeah.
them hoops.
Like a gold ring or maybe a stud, a diamond
tattoo.
stud.
We have a tattoo of. Oh, like a mountain range. You know? Or a dagger.
Or a big fish hook.
Fish hook. Yeah, right in the mouth, right? For real though.
I've seen that big fish hook in the cheek,
Yeah, I've seen shit. I've worked
even
beside
on
that
purpose
shit.
too. On purpose.
Okay. You know, you're gonna have that on you the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, I went to the dermatologist yesterday, and they're checking me out, and they see my tattoo, and they told them the story. They were laughing.
As far as it went. Now they have tattoo printers.
This,
When you go to the dermatologist, they see you naked, right?
yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah.
not what they were laughing at, man. That's not what they were laughing at. Sorry to tell you.
No, that's what they were looking at me with sympathy.
I got a thing on my balls that looks like an M&M. What is that?
Yeah.
What the hell is it?
Well,
You
if
know
that
what? If you got two
concerns
of them,
you, then I'll send you to a specialist. Doctor,
yeah.
what is this? Why? Well, if you're concerned about that, I can line you up with a specialist. But what about this, doc? If you're concerned about that, have you see a specialist for that. But what are you here for? I mean, the nurse came in, he took all my vitals and shit. I answered the questions and shit. What's the rest of this doctor visit for? If you're just going to refer me to specialists if I'm concerned about something, you won't offer your opinion about anything. It's
I
like
don't know. Like these guys were pretty good. They cut something off me, like a couple of times.
oh
It's like,
yeah,
oh, that's not good.
dermatologist. Well,
Get rid
that's
of
a
it.
specialist.
Well,
Yes,
they're dermatologists.
uh,
Yeah, that's what they
yeah.
do.
I've had that's cool. That little flexible razor they use.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool shit there.
Yeah, one thing that they did, they took a thing off my ear, and it was cauterizing. You could hear it sizzle. It was cauterizing as it was cutting out. You could like hear it.
Oh, so I haven't seen that one yet.
It was
Did
a
you
pretty big
smell it?
thing. They had to go in
Yeah.
a couple of times because they didn't get it all, And that's how I first went to the dermatologist because of that thing.
Ah, yeah. I had one scheduled, and all of a sudden, like, so my medical coverage changed once already, and now it's going to change again this year. I have to go and meet with have to figure out which Medicaid supplement because I'm going on Medicaid this year, or so they'll be billing Social Security, and I have to purchase additional coverage. So it's actually my medical coverage is going to increase going on Medicare, but
Right.
so I have to meet. So you got to go and you got to meet with this counselor. They're for free, so they'll figure out which coverage is right for you, in addition to your Medicaid. And, so anyway, I'm getting bombarded by all these medical insurance companies because they know you're of that age. You're turning 65, so you're going to opt for some other additional coverage. So they want to be the one, so everybody's opting. So I can't
Just
see my
scroll through.
dermatologist until I get this all sorted out. And I had one scheduled for last summer, but I had to cancel because my coverage changed at that point because they dropped the dermatologist that I was using, the coverage that I had. And so I had to make an appointment. It says, well, you should wait until you get your coverage squared away because you're just going to make an appointment. And then by the time you get around to it, you'll have different coverage. You might have to get a different appointment with a different dermatologist. It's a whole
Just hope you don't die
fuckaroo,
before all that gets worked out,
This
man.
is true. This is true. But yeah, this age, you got to be going to the dermatologist. They got to be
Yeah.
checking you out every year.
Imagine having that job.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, there
man.
was one. One was really cute. She's a cute Brown graduate. She was really nice, but
Oh yeah, but
couldn't
she's
go
got to
see
look at
her
you.
anymore. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, my dermatologist. It's these cute girls. It's the only time any cute girls are ever going to see me naked. So I still go.
I was surrounded by them. There must have been like
you
12
were
of them, and they were all pretty and all in college. And I'm laying there with my dick out and everything, and I'm bleeding from my inner thigh. I remember one girl looking at it, I'm just looking up. I'm still on Valium. I don't give a fuck about nothing. And they're just, one was just horrified. You could tell she was just horrified. I don't know if it was the blood, or then I don't have a dick. I just have 3 balls, and one lights up and plays a tune.
what goes there so often. They're like, "You were here just last week. What?"
Yeah, my blood was draining out.
What was this from, Dave? This was a
When I had my heart
dermatologist?
stent,
Oh,
I'm laying there, and the incision is right in an artery in your thigh. It's actually
Yeah.
one of those ones. If you get shot there in a wall, you're done in a minute. You just empty out. So anyway, it was that they purposely cut it open, and then they can't stitch it. They have to put direct pressure on it and keep it on it. And my doc, he came in to check on me, and the nurse was supposed to be paying attention, but I guess she was taking the tour around the ward at the time because they came in right after, and I don't know if she got reamed or not, but my doctor, actually Levin, he said to me that that they used to put sandbags on it. He was just giving me, he was just held, he wasn't even there that long. I mean, maybe 20 minutes, just talked to me and shit, and held it closed, and then, and he said they used to use sandbags. So yeah, there I was, no pants, and I'm just looking up, and there's all these girls from medical school.
nice.
Going around, yeah.
You didn't get a Woody.
It's the opposite, man.
I wasn't feeling much. It's weird because I was bleeding out and I wasn't even caring. I just didn't care. Those Valiums are. Fuck,
Yeah, you don't feel real sexy when you're bleeding out, man. It's
I mean, I didn't know. My doc discovered
I've-
it. Then he stopped it,
I've-
and I lived. And so anyway, so
I've
I mean, I
never
was in a
taken a
hospital.
Valium.
they
I've
got blood.
Really?
They got me
I've
more
seen
blood.
people on Valium before, and it's amazing what their person. I've seen someone in just the throes of despair, and grief over the loss of a child, and then take a Valium, and they're just like laughing and giddy, and I just thought that was the most bizarre thing.
Oh, I took them for recreation way back in the day.
Yeah.
I liked a Roach 5 or a Roach 10. It felt like drinking without the sickness.
Oh, I've never bothered. I don't like any of that shit.
Yeah, I had a brief experiment with Valiums.
It's all bad. It's all bad.
What the fuck, When you're 18, you'll try anything sometimes,
Oh yeah, we one time, me and Joe Petrarca were down. We had nothing, right? So we were like breathing hot, and then standing up really quick. Okay, that sucked. We moved on. The only thing I never did, never even thought to do, would never do, is like stick your face in a fucking plastic bag with spray paint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I seen
What'd
that.
you guys watch this week?
Well,
Nothing. I'm reading
yes,
this.
You good?
Cosmic Trigger, Volume 1. I read Volume 2, and I'm reading. Do you ever read these, Mike?
No.
You might
Not
have
yet.
them. This is like Sequoia recommendation. Does he leave shit there?
No.
No. Cosmic
He
Trigger.
just tells me you got to read that. You'd love it. You got to read that. You'd love it.
This one right here was Dave. Dave Sherman read this back in the '90s. I read this one. Showed Cat. This guy is this guy's great. Robert Anton Wilson. It's just great. I don't know. Can't recommend it enough. And he mentioned in his it's not an audio book, but it's more like a podcast. That thing.
Yeah.
They mentioned this series, and he'd said that they were his favorite. And and then I had forgotten about this author because I read this a million years ago and I fucking loved it, but I forgot it was Dave Sherman's. I read it and gave it back to him, and then a blizzard of Vonnegut, so I just kind of left my head. Anyway, I'm back in a big way, and I got Illuminati too.
Nice.
So anyway, this is fucking awesome. I put my glue on it. I cut a brand new book and it's full of marks. I've been underlining and referencing and note taking and yeah.
Wow.
I'm having the time of my fucking life over here. I love these. Yeah, they're good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can I read your copy with all the underlines and shit?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, spread them around, right? I got.
I
I'm
like to
through.
see the notes you make. You
Yeah.
know.
Okay. I got one silver mind control. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's parts of it go. That's this. You know, that the instant ESP book with the astro travel. That's that. Everybody's got a different fucking name for something, right? But the thing is that it's a thing, and you do what you want. You know, I got like nothing. I just go cosmic forces. You know, and then local forces. There's both. Then yeah. Well, anyway, mind blown. But I'm like nodding my head. Yeah. Because I'm old. Acid. Say no more. I'll give them to you. I'll definitely give them to you. Yeah.
Have you
Actually,
talked to Dave Sherman at all lately?
I did. I talked to him 2 months ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
Yeah, he's living in a trailer.
Really?
He cut a tree down that was too close to his trailer. He lives out in the middle of fucking nowhere in Mass, Western Mass. With
Nice.
his wife. He gets paid to take care of her, which is awesome. Oh no, ex-wife, I should say.
Ex?
Yeah, they had he divorced her
Oh, that's right.
because he
So
couldn't
that's-
stand it anymore.
Well, and he's taking care of her.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
That's that legal.
Yeah,
So,
he
way
couldn't.
things
He
go.
couldn't get paid to do it if he was married to her. They would have had to hire somebody.
Yeah. That was like that. Actually, just reminded me what George said last week about Campy Hunty. I don't think you have any success stories, do you, George?
Oh yeah, there's success stories. Campy Hunt used to have a 70% success stories. They used to all child care organizations had a percentage of those. They judge success on whether the person after the program goes into is living a life free from legal entanglements,
Right.
as opposed to one that goes into a more secure system and stuff like this. And Campy Hunty had like a 70% success rate. And now and then I run into some people. I know this one kid that we were pretty close, and he has his own business, and we talk now and then, and he
Nice.
always appreciates the kinds of efforts that you made, back in the day. And
Oh yeah.
uh, so yeah, so I mean, so if you're not going into a more secure program, if you go on with your life and you have any kind of modicum of successful relationship with the world, then that's considered a success.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. That's
right?
considered a success for anybody.
I remember I had the family. We were packing up to leave Charleston Beach one time, and this guy who had enormous arms, looked like he was working out in the prison yard every day. He had prison tattoos all over him.
Gee.
Comes up to me, "Hey, Chief George," and I go, "Uh-oh, here we go." And it was a kid that I had in camp, and he had
Uh-oh.
gotten out of prison, and I said, well, told the wife, get the kids in the car, I'll take care of this. So, but he just wanted to come up. He recognized me. He said, well, thank you. I should have listened to all those things you were saying to me back in camp and
Thanks
all
for
this other
trying.
stuff. And yeah, but
Nice.
it looked like it could have been, turned the other way, but it didn't. And
Well, he's
I
still
was
Yeah,
very
you were an
grateful.
asshole to me back in the. I remember when you were
That's
making
right.
me
It could have.
in the winter.
That's exactly right. Yeah, because things used to get pretty intense and hairy all the time.
Yeah.
You have to like physically manage people who are out of control and stuff like that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. So
That's pretty out, straightforward. But there's a lot of times I remember, like, not a lot of times, but I remember a handful of times, like some older guy when I was a kid just was there at the right moment, and like it didn't
yep.
mean anything to them, but gave you that right guidance at the right moment that you could have gone this way, but you went a better way because of that person.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
Same for all
Yep.
of us, I think.
Yep. Yep. So it's a good thing. Yeah. Sometimes you don't realize the good, and then a lot of times you don't realize the shit that you've given to people that had fucked them up too. You never know. Could have worked both ways, I guess.
Yeah,
Hopefully more good than bad.
I've been
You've
through
had better
treatment.
influence on people than not.
It's like
Well,
once you get out, you're not cured. I mean, you gotta like keep fucking working at it. I mean, if you go back
Well,
into the same environment that you left 30 days ago, no matter how
this
awesome you are coming out of there, if you go
right.
right
This
back
is
to the
true.
fucking same shit you were around before,
Exactly.
done,
Exactly. It's the
over.
environment that's a killer to these. No
You're a
matter
kid to
what, how
going
good
back
the
to it.
program it is.
There's no escape
Right.
that.
Right. It's just, and sometimes that's yes, very, very true, Dave.
I know from
yep.
experience.
My nephew, when he went out west, I said, "Don't come back. I love you, but don't come back. Don't come back here. Stay out there." And he did. He made a life for himself.
Yeah, you gotta have something else to do. Like idle time is what fucking kills you, man.
Well,
Yeah.
it's you.
If you were rich on coke, you are fucked. Because
I mean,
there's
you
no
are
way you're gonna
responsible
stop
for your cure.
till you're
Really,
dead.
you are responsible for your cure. I mean, people can give you all the advice you want, but if you're not gonna, if you're not gonna use that, I mean, no one can make you do anything really. It's really you. I mean, you can use every excuse in the world. You can be a product of your environment and all this stuff. You can't transcend that. Well, that's on you, really.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, of course.
But it's a lot easier to transcend that if you go away from that same environment.
yeah, it's easier.
It's easier.
It's much, yes. But
Yeah,
then
you
again,
gotta.
it presents a whole other bunch of variables that you
But
have
I
to
know
deal with.
people who stayed in their environment and got over it. So
Yeah. It's just harder.
that's off to them.
You don't have a choice.
Right, because yeah, I mean,
You do get
ultimately
sick of
you're
it.
responsible for you. I mean, no one else can make you really do anything. I mean, you can
Nobody
pretend like it does, but it really is you who makes those choices.
Yeah.
nobody ever
Sometimes it's
twisted
just
my
seeing.
arm into doing drugs or anything. That was all voluntary. Nobody gave me
Sometimes
free
it's
drugs to get me hooked. Nobody ever did
Was
that. I
that
couldn't buy them.
peer pressure?
Yeah, I never had that.
some, yeah. Sometimes it's just seeing that example. That guy, that older guy, was
Yeah.
doing that. It's just the example. It's like,
Yes,
yeah, I'd
but
rather be where that guy is than
right, and that's a good choice that you make.
than
And it's nice to have the tools to be able to discern what is the better choice.
That's a big one
And you
too.
give those people the tools to make that choice. That's the magic in it.
I call it the other. There's two of me. The other. The other wants me dead. That fucking
Uh-oh,
asshole.
the duality of man,
Yeah, it's the other.
the
You know?
Jungian thing.
Sometimes he takes complete over. Like I just wake up in the morning wondering what the other did.
Oh,
Where's my car? Where's my pants? Where's my
Of a
car?
certain. I'm thinking of a certain guy, and I think George, you know him, Dave DeCrosta.
Uh, no, remind me. I probably.
Yeah, he was with he worked with like he was a kid, he was like a social worker type guy. I think
And
you know
where
him. I think you've met.
where
I
was
think you've
this?
crossed paths with him in the past. Anyway, he was dating my sister Sue, and I was like 14, just really developing interest in music, and he had guitars, and he was just this man. This guy was just, he had his shit together, and he'd play music with me all the time, encouraging me, right? He
nice.
said, this guy is going to be the next Keith Rich, for a 13, 14-year-old kid, to have that was just like,
How do
I
you get any of
appreciated
that?
it. I appreciate it more now.
I got an adult
Yeah,
ask me, says, "You gonna play the same thing over and over again?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's the idea of it. I'm practicing." So this is shit I had to
yeah.
put up with. Right? So I just gave up. You know,
I
especially
had
if
the
it's a
Beatle
horn. I
complete.
used to
It
play a
was like
horn.
this,
And nothing annoys
and you
adults
go
like a
through that
horn
whole
that
freaking
you
book,
don't play well. I've had it 5 minutes. Give me a fucking minute here. I couldn't read music.
And again, then
And
again, I had remember George Lassard?
yeah, George. No, I had the sod, but I had.
He was the music guy in Pontiac, George Lassard. You
Was
know,
it George?
so I was like, I don't know
I
how
could
old I
be.
was, 12,
Oh,
13, something like
was
that.
he the guy that did the wind ensemble,
Yeah,
the
he was the head of the
Pontiac Wind
music department.
Ensemble,
Yeah,
He was
which
the head
is
of
Sequoia
the
had
music
him
which was
department.
for a
which
while.
is like one of the premier wind ensembles in the state, at least in the whole area.
Well, maybe it's a
Pontiac
kid
Wind
of
In
my
the
Ensemble.
teacher.
world.
So my experience with him was not good. I took up the drums because I was just interested in the drums, you know. And at that age, you know, I just couldn't get the paradiddles clean, you know, at that age. I was young. And he came to me one day and he said, Mike, he goes, are your parents making you take this or do you want to be here? I'm like, I want
Ah,
to be here. My parents had nothing to do with this, you know. I'm trying to learn. And he just fucking crushed, you know. That one sentence just fucking, okay, guess I'm not any good at this, you know.
I had that teacher, Mikey. Um, yeah, I failed with him too. I had trombone.
yeah,
Um,
he wouldn't even talk to me, that guy. He
you
just
know, I
pretended I
clearly
wasn't even
remember
in
him
the
not
same
being
room.
very good. You know, I mean, you know what I mean? I, yeah, whatever.
I ain't saying he wasn't good at what he did. I'm just saying like he didn't understand like the power he had over like a kid's, you know, his self-esteem or just, you know, wanting to get better. He didn't get that part of teaching at all, you know. Maybe he could make a great wind ensemble with the right kids, but he didn't understand how to work with all the kids, you know.
Right.
I don't even know what's a good
But
and
he
Yeah.
bad.
succeeded, and yeah, because you're a good musician, by anybody's standards, and you took that as a challenge, and you transcended that dismissal, that early dismissal of his, and so
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
definitely had an impact on me though. Definitely had an impact on me back then, you know. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
I didn't know I was bad. I didn't know I was that bad. I thought everybody was struggling with this stuff, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well, you weren't meant to be a drummer. That's the thing.
Oh, you're killing me, man.
it's still
well,
there's a
Dave,
flow in the universe. It's all
uh,
explained in this book. Don't worry
Dave,
about it.
Dave in your
You've seen
band,
those.
Mike,
You've
he
seen
was in
those
that.
movies. It's not about that. I'm good. I'm good now. You see, but you've seen those movies. You've seen those movies where the teacher, you know, takes those students under their wing, and you know,
Uh,
you really get, you know,
uh,
it's usually what's his name there, who's that comedian, Robin Williams or somebody like that, right? It really gets those guys, you know, and knows how to, you know, because
Yeah,
anybody
it's
can learn anything, right?
the
fairy
If you
white
teach them
tales.
the right way,
shadow.
right?
Ooh.
Well, he ain't that guy.
Woof.
He ain't that guy. You know.
Don't worry,
So,
Jim Belushi's here.
Hey, he was still teaching when Sequoia was in school.
I believe it.
Sequoia had him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had learned quite a bit since those early days.
Yeah.
So
And maybe he got
And
better at it, you know. Maybe he got better.
and in your band, the Red Hot Rascals, Dave was a drum. Did it got his drumming skills through him, and
yeah, he
I
went through
think,
that
yeah,
program. Yeah, yep.
and he's a
He,
good drummer. Yeah.
he played for Pandolfi.
Oh, okay.
Pandolfi was a really strict guy. I think George
All you had to
Lassard
say
came
though,
for
you know,
what's
you don't
that?
have to blow sunshine up a kid's ass. You just say, "Hey, man, uh, you know, I can tell you really love music, right? And I can tell you're struggling with this. Oh, but you need to spend a little more time with this piece if you want to move on. You know, that's all you need to tell a guy. You know, not, hey, did your parents make you take this? You know,
Well, there's probably a lot of that, that he had to deal with. Those
yeah,
kids that.
maybe.
No, it's how to read music. I can kind of do it now because I learned how. But when I was in grammar school, I was taught every good boy deserves fudge and FACE. I could find every note on the trombone. I know where to C with the G. I could go right to it. I could go to all of them, right? But what I was doing is, or FAC, oh, that's a C, right? And then, oh, okay, every good boy, B. So anyway, I'm completely jammed up. I remember doing that. And then, like, Lasat was just standing there, just not saying anything, really. Just let me fall behind. And I was falling behind because I had no, but I was taught that before him. That's how I was taught in grammar school. And that was it. We didn't even play music. We learned how to do that scale that way, and yeah, that was the end of it.
Yeah,
Like,
the way they teach music from the ground up didn't work for me. I mean, I understand why they do it that way, but it didn't work for me. I couldn't. I never learned to read music
Well,
because of that. You had to. What note is that?
yeah,
All right, and then it's over here somewhere, and you're playing it. You're trying to play these stupid like scales, and you're not playing music. You want to play music. The way I
yeah,
learned was
right,
to learn some chords and
yeah.
start playing music. That's what got me going.
That's what they should have done.
Besides,
But teach us something
and
simple.
besides, and besides, what parent encourages their kid to play the drums?
Nobody wants that shit. My kid had a drum kit. I ended up playing it. Suddenly, there's a drum kit in my fucking living room, an acoustic drum kit. I
Yeah,
played
unless
that
you're
thing for a while with the bass drum backwards. I didn't know, right? I learned how to tune it. I learned everything about it. I mean, it took a while, but I got there. The only thing I needed was the hi hat. The hi hat that came with it was shit, but the toms were great. The snare was great. Um, Crash too, and a ride. It was just the hi hat. The hi hat and the stool. I still have the stool. That cost a lot. That's what you gotta have. That's the thing to have. I had just that and a pad for a while. You know, and just paradiddles. Yeah, you just got me wanting to do some. I want to do some right after the podcast. Paradiddle diddle.
paradiddles, man, paradiddles.
Oh yeah.
No parent encourages their kid to take the drum unless you're like Desi Arnaz Sr. Fucking.
Well, or the Jacksons.
Oh, the Jacksons.
There's that Ed, right?
Everybody hates
Hey,
me.
yeah. But you know,
Who likes me?
it's like the school paradigm. It's like you got a whole bunch of kids, and you got to do. You can only exert a certain amount of effort, and the program, is designed to maximize the effectiveness for the greater good. I mean, so there's always people on the periphery, the real good ones and the real bad ones that are going to fall through the crack, because the program's designed to maximize the effect on the greatest number of students at any given
And
time.
you got 27 kids in your class. How much individual teaching can you do?
Right?
In the
Or
hour
even
that they
more
give
than
you.
27 sometimes.
And Robin Williams could do it, man.
I learn when I'm having fun.
Mich-
That's all. I've learned a lot of things. Like I learned woodworking with that one guy. The guy used to go Captain Toxic Waste and all that other crazy shit. And I used to drink with him at the bar. I love that guy. Whatever he was teaching, I'd have learned it. It was like, I don't know, fixing an airplane. I'd be able to do that now. Because I really liked, and he wanted to teach. He was like, it's like I do that. Like if you read a kid, he wants to learn the thing. Yeah, fuck everything I know. Yeah, I'll dump it all into your head. I fucking love doing that shit. Yeah, but it's gotta be fun. It's gotta be.
That's a real trick, yeah, making it fun
Yeah.
for kids.
Well,
You
you gotta
know,
have enthusiasm for the fucking thing in the first place. A lot of people did like that teacher. He knew music. It didn't happen for him. He ended up teaching. He's probably a little sour about that. Whatever his plan was when he started out to learn all that shit, right? Didn't happen. I guess, and like just the English teacher, like I'm never going to get that book done. You know, as the years go by, or whatever. You know what I mean? They kind of failed in their.
Not,
well,
not all
I think it's a,
teachers
I think it's
fail.
a, I
Some
think
of
it's a
them want
priority
that. They
thing
just don't
too.
feel like doing anything else, right? Like it's sweet. You get the summer off and shit. That's a great job. So there's that.
I think it's a priority thing too. If your priority is to have the best band in Rhode Island, or is your priority to like
Make a living.
be the best teacher and help kids, you know? It's your priority.
Make a living, like pay rent and eat.
Well, I mean, in a certain percentage, both, you know. I mean, my cousin Shayna went through the program, and well, she's a teacher, and she's a school administrator, and she's involved in the school musical theater and whatnot. And a lot of that was inspired probably from her experience at Pontigansett. And so you never know. I mean, like you have influences. I mean, he certainly had an influence on her in some way, and she's brought that influence, you know, to for the, you know, project that into the greater good of what she does. Um,
Yeah, all you have is your own personal experience, but I tell you, I didn't have a good experience with the guy. So, and I'm not someone who just you know, wanted to get through it. I wanted to learn, you know. Just
yeah,
wasn't there. The eye coordination wasn't quite there yet, you
No,
know.
Mike, it's how you look. You don't look enthusiastic. You never have. You don't look like you're even there. Really, it's like good trick.
That's what I'm going for.
Look at you.
It's that cool
That's what I'm going
detachment.
for.
That cool detachment that works maybe when you're a teenager, but didn't work at 10 years old in music class.
So it's just me, man. Little did he know, little did George Lassard know I was gonna come back and win Battle of the Band. So fuck you.
It's too bad they didn't have smartphones back then, huh? We could
at
play a clip.
Pontigansett too, right?
Yep.
The only thing that would have made that better is if I played the drums that night.
Uh,
Well, no, because you weren't a good drummer.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
All right. I'll do it.
What do
Okay.
you mean? Nobody's making me be here. Nobody's making me be here. I want to be here. Really.
Well,
hey, what was the name of that band that was in the that barbecue place that you took me to when we were up there in Rochester? There,
The
was that
bluegrass
two
band.
piece?
A bluegrass band.
No, it's a
Uh,
woman and a
yeah.
guitar player and a
What was
drummer.
her name? Yeah, I forget their
That
names
was
now.
really good, but I can't.
Yeah,
Uh,
those guys are really good. Yeah.
is
but the
that
world's full
barbecue
of
place you
like,
took me to?
It's one of those 5-piece bluegrass bands that can play 3-piece if they want to, you know. And that's what they were doing.
What's the name of that place? Willie's Place? What is the name of it?
Oh, Mr. Sippies.
Mr. Sippy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed
What's
her.
the guy's
I get it.
name? The guy that runs it?
Yeah, Cecil.
Cecil.
Cecil Sippy.
Cecil's place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
So,
spot.
what?
That's a good place.
Yeah, it's a good place. Yeah, they still got music. I haven't gone in a while, but still got music there. Yeah. Go on a Sunday, no cover. Get a good dinner, watch some music. It's great.
Good draft selection for sure.
Real good barbecue.
Yeah, it can't beat barbecue.
Cecil Abels. That's the last name. Abels.
Oh, it's not
Cecil
Sippy.
Abels.
That's Cecil
I'm
Jr. right?
disappointed. I'm disappointed that his last name's not Sippy. No, he's a
He's
fraud. The whole place is a fraud now.
Well, he comes from Mississippi, so
Oh, okay.
that's where that comes from.
I worked for a guy out in Oklahoma City named Cecil A. Clay.
Oh
He
yeah.
owned a barbecue place out in Oklahoma City. What a
He eats
character
grits.
that guy was. What a
He-
I
name.
guess your name
Cecil.
has to be Cecil if you're going to run a barbecue place.
Ah,
Cecil.
maybe that's the secret thing.
That's the secret ingredient.
Yeah, brown sugar. Lots of.
Keep your brisket moist. Don't let it dry out.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
that-
brisket, it's almost time to pick up your corned beef brisket.
We got that.
Mm.
We got it this weekend. I have a corned beef today.
Smoke it.
Yeah.
Smoke it.
Smell it. I ain't
You
smoking.
can't have it today, man.
I'm not doing
You can't have it
anything. You think
today.
I'm doing it?
Are you wait? You wait for after the 17th,
I'm
and you get
cleaning
them
up,
cheap.
Mike.
You get like about a dozen or half dozen. You put them in your freezer the day after
There you go.
St.
No,
Patty's Day,
here's what you
man.
do. You sit in your bedroom and you talk to your friends, and then when you go out there, there's corned beef. Then you eat it, and then you clean the kitchen, which is completely trashed now. But you do it because corned beef. We're a team.
Yes.
Yeah, but what are you going to eat in 2 weeks?
More corned beef.
You know, that's
right.
the question everybody's asking. At all times throughout history.
Do you have like turkey at the beginning of November?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe we ain't having that. I saw it in the fridge, so I might be wrong, but it's in my future. I got excited. I saw it.
Sweet.
All right. That's
Oh, good.
today.
He thinks he's having it tonight. He's like a kid. He sees it.
Yeah,
He
I
thinks
would
it's
be too.
automatically going to happen tonight.
I'll
I'd
take
do
a
it.
picture of it and I'll post it.
You're going to look at that thing for 2 weeks, man.
Calling your
No.
name from the fridge. It's gonna be calling your
Every
name.
time you open the fridge, every time you open the fridge to get your fucking yogurt or whatever the fuck you eat, you're going to be looking at that fucking
Your beans and pears.
brisket.
Your beans and canned pears, man.
Like fucking beans and fucking ravioli. Whatever the fuck. You're going to see that fucking brisket. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave.
Mocking you every time. Go ahead and eat that beans. You got beans today, boy. You ain't got brisket.
Beans and applesauce. Fucking.
I just eat it raw. I just pull out a package.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks, man. She probably got a good deal on it. You got to look at that for 2 weeks, dude. You ain't having it today.
Damn it.
I'm gonna wait. Wait till the day
Well,
after,
whenever I
and
am
I'm
having it,
gonna
it'll be
clean up.
awesome. I'll take a picture of it.
Be
I'm
like
still
half
excited
off.
about the day. I ain't scared. I ain't scared of lunch. I will mail you that book tomorrow. No, Monday. I already read 2. You're gonna have to read 2 first. You
Okay.
read them in the order I read them. This was cheap. It's used, but there was no markings in it. It's all marked up now, and it's my special glue.
Oh, good.
So you can read them like this. You can read it like that.
Ah, that's perfect.
Yeah, because you just. Hey, if you put it down, it stays open. Yeah, fucking A. I love that glue.
Nice.
This one was new, and I didn't even read. I pulled the cover off right away, and I saw it coming. Yeah, this one does it too.
Nice.
So yeah,
Dave, you should have been a bookbinder.
I am a bookbinder.
Well, I mean a professional.
Yeah, that would ruin it.
That would ruin it. It becomes a blob. Take a hobby and turn it into a blob.
Well, some things yeah, I worked at a print shop. No, I don't like it. I like the computer room adjacent to the print shop. Print shop itself, caca. Oh, paper cuts, man. Paper cuts. Well,
Nasty.
so often you don't even notice.
Well, what you got on deck today?
I wanted to do paradiddles. I'm definitely doing that.
Any eggs? You getting eggs?
Just still one a day,
One a day.
or 2 a day yesterday. But who knows?
Breakfast.
Maybe more today. Oh, for sure, breakfast. Just waiting. Eggs are in my future today.
All right.
But
Well,
anyway,
anyways, it's good talking to you guys.
You too.
And
Keep up with them growths, man. Keep up with them skin tags.
don't
Skin,
forget
that's
to
right.
like and subscribe.
Keep on,
Hit that
keep
bell.
on top of it.
Like and
Keep on
subscribe.